Welcome to a presentation of Ridgeline High School Sports on 104.5 The Ranch and CashValleyDaily.com. Brought to you by The Cater Shop, Advanced Heating and AC, Castelite Brick and Tile, Rio Brazilian Steakhouse, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson IT, Adams Wealth Advisors, DD Auto Salvage, Great Basin Graphics, Preston Watts Auto Collision, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts, Young Automotive, and Cache Valley Daily. Now it's time for the Ridgeline Riverhawks on 104.5 The Ranch.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome on out to Ridgeline High School, home of the Riverhawks. I'm Jason Walker. I'll be taking you through today's festivities as we have the Ridgeline Riverhawks boys soccer taking on Bear River High School. And we're just waiting on the starting lineups to be announced here. For a second, I thought they were doing like a moment of silence. They're going to do the national anthem here in a moment. But just wanted to run through these two teams. Bear River coming to this game 1-10, looking for some success they haven't quite had during region play. Ridgeline having the opposite end of the spectrum here as they come into this one 11-0, 8-0 in region play. They're just starting the national anthem, so we'll go ahead and pause for some commercials and be back after this.
Your local cow ranch.
Your local cow ranch in North Logan is proud to sponsor high school athletics.
Just what the country needs.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Napa know-how. Suit up, feel good. Custom tailored clothing for him and her. The Cater Shop, because how you look is the first message you deliver.
Great Basin Graphics does and creates graphic designs that'll get your business noticed. Amazing colors and designs that seem to jump off the t-shirt. Go to GreatBasinGraphics.com.
Great Basin Graphics. We made you look.
At Adams Wealth Advisors, they believe that successful wealth management is all about planning. Adams Wealth Advisors is here to help. If you're transitioning a business, searching for the most up-to-date tax strategies, need help managing investments, or need help with estate planning, Adams Wealth Advisors has your back.
Post-Consumer Brand Cereals and their team members are involved in every aspect of the community, from the fair to the fall cereal sale to Cereal with Santa. If you like high-quality, value-priced cereal, Post-Consumer Brands has all your favorites.
DD Auto pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
There's nothing quite like a great hometown. They're filled with recreational opportunities, staple businesses, and impactful people. We're committed to driving Logan forward. Visit Young Automotive in Logan today. Think young, drive young.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Tyson Luthi, a 3-time gold winner of the Best of Northern Utah contest, has over 25 years of combined experience with State Farm. If you need auto insurance, Tyson is your guy. Call or visit online at TysonLuthi.com.
Welcome on back to Ridgeline High School as we return it to action here. As we've just had the starting lineups announced. There's 40 minutes on the clock. And looking at the starting lineups for the visiting Bear River Bears, Ronald Villacampoma. I had to practice how to pronounce this name before coming here, and I'm probably going to butcher it, but wearing the 00s for the Bear River Bears, who are in white with the red numbers on your screen. Esteban Medel, number 2. They got number 7, Peter Ashby. Number 8, Angel Mendez. Number 12, Gustavo Villacampoma. Number 13, Alci Villacampoma. Number 14, Sebastian Alfaro. Number 16, Dixon Croney. Number 17, Cooper Allen. Number 24, Kelson Hale. And number 27, Trayson Hale. For the Riverhawks, wearing the black jerseys and the white numbers. In goal, number 67, Crosby West. They got number 2, Braxton Perry. Number 5, William West. Number 6, Graydon Rupp. Number 10, Miguel Gustav. Number 11, Benton James. Number 12, Ben Cotter. Number 13, Chase Sperry. Number 14, Isaac Olson. Number 17, Fisher Geiger. And number 19, Eli Quist. And here's the kickoff, and we are underway. Long booming kick down to the Bear River side of the field. Ridgeline trying to get in possession. Nearly in the goal box, and a shot taken, though blocked at the goal box. Bear River going the other way, trying to push tempo. They got 2 against 5 here for Ridgeline's defense. They'll slow things down, though it's immediately poked away by the Ridgeline defense. Although corralled by Bear River, sending it in offside. It was a good run, and the ball goes in the back of the net, but he was offside by a good 2 or 3 feet. Referee right on top of it. As that was, I got to see the numbers from all the way back here. That was number 17 for the Bears. Cooper Allen, he's got 2 goals on the year, at least in the games we have stats for. We had a quick pause in play for a second. I don't know what we... Oh, we've got Esteban Medel going to the sideline. I wonder if it's an equipment malfunction here or something. As Medel almost looks like he's trying to go get a contact or something. So Medel will take a seat stand on the sideline for a minute. Oh, he might have got a bloody nose. As we restart play after the offside, less than a minute gone here at Ridgeline High School for this boys soccer matchup. Battle of a powerhouse in the state against Bear River trying to find some wins. I thought there was an offside there, but Ridgeline going to get a goal less than 2 minutes in, as that's scored by Ben Cotter. I almost thought he was offside on that initial run. Looked somewhat similar to the Bear River play on the other side, although I don't always have the greatest angle for offside. But 38:51 on the first half clock, and we've already got a goal in favor of the Riverhawks. They've been dominating teams all year, as Cotter gets his 9th goal of the season, running down the near sideline, going left to right. If you're watching, or if you're listening on radio, those of you watching saw him go left to right across the screen, go in to the box, and then put it in the bottom left corner of the goal underneath the arms of Ronald Villacampoma. And now here comes Ridgeline yet again, another run, this time down the far sideline. Pass toward the top of the box, down the right sideline. Faking a shot, driving back towards center, trying to chip it. Trying to get a through chip there. Couldn't find any room. Bunch of white shirts there. Though Ridgeline will cover, trying to send a through ball into the box, and nearly another chance at goal. This one, Miguel Gustav trying to get a foot on it, but it's kicked out of bounds, saved from play in the box by the Bear River defense. It'll be a throw-in on the far sideline. 37:58 on the first half clock. It's already 1-0 in favor of Ridgeline as they throw a ball into the box, bounces around. Bear River saving it from going over the end line off of them for what would have been a corner kick. Instead, we'll have another throw-in deep in Bear River territory. Now this one just going to go back up the sideline. They're not going to throw it into the box this time. It's about 40 yards away from goal. Now chip long into the box. They got some guys there. Tipped, back, shot. Went off the back of a Bear River defender and then into the awaiting arms of Ronald Villacampoma. As now Bear River trying to go the other way, though a through ball is sent right to a Ridgeline defender. As Ridgeline starting from the midfield here, trying to work the ball up the field. Benton James sends it wide to the far sideline, going left to right here. Ridgeline in the black shirts now going up for the far sideline, looking for a cross, has a man, nearly tapped in. It's offside, though. Ball does go in the back of the net eventually after pinballing around, but the assistant has his flag up. That cross came into the man who was offside, so Bear River saved from going down 2-0 less than 4 minutes into this contest. Now Bear River building from the back here. Trying to dribble into the midfield. Good skill check there, though. We'll go off a Ridgeline player. Alcy Vilcapoma with a solid little heel flick to keep the ball, get the ball from being passed behind him to in front of him. And Bear River earns a throw in. It'll be about midfield. They'll be just slightly in Ridgeline territory here. We've only had the ball possessed in Ridgeline territory a couple times in these couple minutes. Though a great poke away and then, dribbled it out of bounds though. Great initial play there from Graydon Rupp, but just couldn't quite like that. Probably went over out of bounds by a hair's breadth. So Bear River with a throw in about 30 yards from the end line for Ridgeline. And the ball immediately tipped around to Ridgeline, but then Ridgeline kicks the ball out of bounds. Trying to get a heel flick to go back up the sideline and ends up going out of bounds. Here we have a sub coming in for Bear River, just a few minutes in here. I think that is Esteban Medel wearing number 44 now. As he checked out initially, and now he checks back in. My theory of him having a bloody nose is correct. He probably had to change his kit. So we'll make note of that. Number 2, Esteban Medel, the freshman, I believe, now wearing 44, playing on that far sideline. Bear River winning possession in the attacking third. Trying to put momentum forward. Passes just a little too hard, and first touch not quite soft enough. Bear River gets possession. Ridgeline gets possession. Though pass from the goalkeeper, Crosby West, a little bit too high for his winger, and so Bear River winning possession again via a throw-in. Well, not so much winning possession as being handed it by Ridgeline. The Riverhawks lead 1-0, 34-26 to go here in this first half. Throw-in from Bear River goes long, so they return the favor and give the ball back to Ridgeline. Not going to usher it over the end line. They're going to give it back to Crosby West. He puts his foot through it and gets it to his midfield, who get possession here. Back pass to the back line, but then sent right back to the middle. They're trying to dummy that one for a run, but it's sniffed out by Bear River. They send a long pass, and it'll just fall to the feet of Ridgeline keeper Crosby West. He sends another long pass forward, trying to find his man. It's tipped by the Bear River defense, but controlled by the Riverhawks on the far sideline. Another long pass, looking for a run, and it's saved by Vilcapoma. He comes off his line, tips that one away. Still a bit of danger here as Bear River trying to clear it away. He found a bit of space there. As they're down 1-0, they can ill afford another goal allowed this early. Bear River sending a couple through balls. They've got a scoring chance here if they can hang on to it. Ridgeline quickly, after a moment of danger, managing to retain possession. And now they're on the counterattack. Into the box. They got a free shot up the top of the box. Shot right to the keeper. Vilcapoma, he was right on top of that one, managing to keep that one from going in. Miguel Gustav basically had a free shot from the top of the circle on the goal box. But he can't manage to get it in. We have a foul. We're playing advantage for the moment. And Ridgeline getting possession shortly after the foul was committed. Referee wanted to see if Bear River could keep it going. Instead, they're going to award the free kick. Bear River trying to take that free kick about 15 yards up from where the foul actually occurred. Referee says, not going to let you get away with that. Now all the Bear River players lining up about 30 yards away from goal. We're going to have a long kick here. It's going to fall well short of where all the Bear River players are. They're going to have to come back to the ball. They get possession, though. Dribbling out wide, looking for some space. Now a cross sent in, deflected off a Ridgeline back, and now it's sent back toward the midfield. Ridgeline trying to find possession, but Bear River slides in to take the ball back. And now they possess right at midfield. Trying to build up slowly now through the midfield. Looking for the pass up the sideline. Trying to send it up the far sideline. As Bear River goes right to left, it's deflected out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for the Riverhawks. 31-25 to go here in the first half here on 104.5 The Ranch and 104.9 The Ranch for those of you listening in Box Elder County. This boys soccer game also streaming live on with video on Cache Valley Daily. Ridgeline getting the ball all the way deep into the attacking third. Now looking for a cross into the middle. Almost headed away. Falls to the Ridgeline feet. Saved. Amazing save off the shot and then trying to chip the keeper. Looking for his second goal was Ben Cotter. That first save amazing by Ronald Vilcapoma, as he managed to deflect that with his leg, as that was going low, well placed, but even better goalkeeping there from Vilcapoma. Ridgeline with possession, though, shortly after the goal kick that Bear River was able to take, but then Ridgeline giving up possession through kicking it out of bounds on this near sideline, just shy of midfield. Bear River will throw it in from their own half, facing some high pressure, and then the ball goes out of bounds. The confusing field lines on the football field had Peter Ashby. He thought he was inbounds, fielded the pass, and turns out he was standing 2 feet out of bounds. That's what happens when you got about 6 different field lines out there, trying to figure out which one is the actual field line. Long pass toward the far sideline, headed by Bear River, but right to a Ridgeline player, then stolen by Bear River. Quick shift in possessions back and forth. Now a long pass, looking for the forwards. Bit of a hard first touch, couldn't corral it, and so Ridgeline will take over. They're looking for a long pass themselves, trying to find a through ball. Nope, batted down by Bear River, though right to Ridgeline. They'll get a chance to try that long booming pass again. Well, they're going to back it up all the way to their left back. Long pass up the far sideline, going left to right here. Bear River does get their feet on a through ball. So they'll take over in the midfield. Stolen it back by Ridgeline. There's a battle on this far sideline, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Riverhawks. 29 minutes to play here in this first half. It's a 1-0 game for Ridgeline. Max Preps has them as the third best team in the state of Utah. 11-0 are the Riverhawks. They possess here right at midfield as they now look to send a long pass forward to Ben Cotter. Hard first touch, goes backward, had to go back to get it. Now passing out to the right wing, looking for a man. Finding William West. He's out there isolated against 2 defenders, has to pass back, but it's going to find a Bear River defender who then kicks it out of bounds in his haste to keep that ball from getting to its intended target. So Ridgeline will have to restart the attack from this throw-in. Beck Burton with it on the sideline. Throws it in, trying to find Cotter, but a booming clearance by Bear River. And a race for it. Going to try and kick it back to the keeper, Crosby West. He's going to face some pressure. Has to quickly get it away as Cooper Allen was bearing down on him. Now Ridgeline going to build all the way from their goal box now. Kicking it back to Crosby West as they try and lure Bear River maybe into a high press, but Bear River not really putting much pressure fully. They were kind of hanging back, waiting for him to just get a little bit further before throwing the pressure, but then Ridgeline now sending one forward. They got Benton James running in, but it's going to be booted out of bounds by Vilcapoma. He came off his line and out of his box to kick that one out of bounds, but a smart decision there is Otherwise, James would have pretty much had a free shot on goal there. So once again, throw in from Beck Burton. He throws it into the box, takes one hop, and then Bear River manages to get on the other side of it. Although we have might have been an offside. Didn't see what the exact call was, either an offside or a foul. Referee's not indicating an indirect free kick. At least it didn't look like he was. But here we are. We have the kick, free kick, indirect free kick, whichever it was. Bear River clearing it forward, but Ridgeline getting on the other end of the long ball. Now in possession, looking for a through ball. Just about had a man, but Bear River getting their feet in front of it, blocking the through pass. Ball sent back to the Ridgeline back line. They'll try and build again, facing some pressure from Bear River as they try and steal possessions here in the midfield. Backing all the way to West, who's about 10 yards out of the boxes. Ridgeline keeping numbers forward here. Trying to dummy, Ben Cotter gets the pass after the dummy from his teammate. He tries to send a cross through the midfield, finds the feet of Bear River, but is then stolen back by Ridgeline. And now we'll have another quick change of possession there. Bear River nearly getting the ball. Now a through ball sent into the box, but the runner was not ready. Gustav, had he been ready for that run, it would have been a good one into the left side of the box. But instead, it will be a goal kick for Bear River. Anders Peterson checking in. Jace Johnson checking out for Ridgeline. 25:15 to go here in the first half. 1-0 game in favor of the Ridgeline Riverhawks in this boys soccer matchup. After some pinballing following this goal kick, it's Ridgeline in possession. Cotter sending a cross in, booted right back out by Bear River. Ridgeline will start from the back once again. Whether you're looking for brick for your home, tile for a bathroom remodel, or pavers for a new walkway in your backyard, think Castellite. Visit Castellite.com. Ridgeline making a run into the box, trying to dump off pass. Now pinballing around in the center of the box, tapped away at the last moment. Excellent defense and excellent step there from the Bear River defense there. That was number 24, I believe, Kelson Hale, making that last-minute step. But Ridgeline bearing down once again, dribbling to the end line, now looking for a cross, but that one sent far out of bounds, deflection off the attempted cross there. As everyone will take their breath for a moment. Gave a shout out to Kelson Hale a moment ago. That was Trayson Hale, I believe, who had the deflection there. 23:48 to go here in the first half. Still 1-0 in favor of Ridgeline. As we'll have our first corner of the game. Sent in low. Makes it all the way to the goalkeeper. Had to palm it down. Eventually kicked out by Bear River. Maybe a bit of miscommunication there. As Vilcapoma wasn't necessarily ready to have to paw that one away as it made past a couple of Bear River and a Ridgeline player. On its way to him at the near post. Bear River with possession, trying to work from the midfield, or sending it just past midfield. Heading it forward, but Ridgeline will now clear it into their attacking half. Trying to hang on to it. Goes out of bounds. His last touch by Ridgeline. Great hustle there from Bear River, number 13, Alcy Vilcapoma. We await the throw in here with just over 22 and a half minutes to go here in this opening half. Bear River looking for an equalizer, sending it through. Ball just about made it through, but Ridgeline managed to get a foot on that one, keep it from making through. Had two different Bear River runners who could have been on the end of that through ball. Ridgeline working from the back once again. Reminder, one of our sponsors, Adams Wealth Advisors, has over a decade of service earning your trust. So we got to pause as Ben Connor running in on goal again, almost identical to his first run on goal where he got a goal, but this time he passes it and finds number 5, William West, for the second Ridgeline goal of this game. So Connor doesn't get the goal, but he gets the assist there as Will West gets his 5th goal of the year and Connor gets his 5th assist of the year. As Ridgeline goes up 2-0 with 22:03 to go here in the first half. Have a chance to finish the liner I was going through. That's the mistake of doing an ad read in the middle of the run of play. But Adams Wealth Advisors, they have over a decade of service earning your trust. So visit adamswealthadvisors.com to schedule a time with an advisor today. And your video experience, those of you watching on CashValleyDaily.com, is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. So 2-0 with 22:03 to go here in the first half. As a goal from Ben Connor was the opener. And then an assist from Connor to Will West is our second. Now Ridgeline trying to work the ball through the midfield up the near sideline. Tipped out of bounds by Bear River. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Riverhawks. It'll be about 10 yards or so inside their attacking half. And they'll build from this near sideline, crossing over to the far sideline, trying to stretch Bear River's defense sideline to sideline here. Now working their way back to the near sideline, just crossing it right around midfield. Now they start working their way through, but Bear River sniffing out that attack and managing to cut it short. Possessing now right around their back line. Facing some high pressure, though, from Ridgeline, just barely managing to maintain possession for now. Though, as I say, every time a team has possession, that's my curse as a commentator here in these soccer matches. Every time I say that somebody has possession, they immediately give it away. So here's Ridgeline trying to send a long pass down the far sideline. Referee calls it offside, though, and not happy with that call was the winger. Number 9, that's Spencer Rasmussen. He put his hands up, said, I wasn't offside. But the referee's flag wins out there. Bear River with the ball, trying to shield Ridgeline off and try and send a ball up the far sideline, Ball pinballing around midfield as the initial through pass didn't make it through. Ridgeline with it, now sending it to the near sideline here. Looking for a runner is Rasmussen. Now has to be passed out wide to Anders Peterson. Dribbling up, finding a man on the near sideline here. Will West, who had the goal just about 3 minutes ago to make this one 2-0 here. We've crossed under the 20-minute mark of the first half. With a quick sub here, Ethan Howes coming in. And he'll come in for Will West, the goal scorer. Inbound pass to Peterson. He was looking for a cross, but he'll just dump it back to Braxton Perry. And he'll send it all the way back to the goalkeeper, West. Crosby West, as opposed to Will West. Now sending it forward, and it's offside by quite a ways, and Benton James, I think, knew that. I don't think he was expecting the pass, and he tried to come back offside, but it was too little too late. He was about 2 or 3 feet offside there. 18:50 to go here in this first half. 2-0 our score in this Region 11 boys soccer matchup. Ridgeline Riverhawks leading the Bear River Bears. Ridgeline trying to continue its undefeated season and trying to make a run, sending a through ball but blocked initially. Another through ball attempt after the deflection from the defense was they were not ready for that run. And so it'll be a goal kick as it bounces harmlessly over the end line. So we approach 18 minutes to play. We had a pause. The clock has stopped. And I am not 100% sure why. I have a player coming off. Braxton Perry is coming off the field. We had one player who had to come off for a bloody nose. Do we have a sequel to that? Perry looks to be fine, though it almost looked like the coach basically mandated you have to come off the field. Might have a guy handed a Kleenex, maybe just trying to clean up a little bit. Ball sent into the box and had Vilcapoma coming off of his line, though he ultimately did not touch it before it bounced over the end line, going wide of the left side post. So it'll be a goal kick for Bear River, who've been on their heels the last couple of minutes. They had a nice, solid 10-minute stretch after giving up that opening goal. But then they gave up the second goal, and they've kind of been on their heels ever since. Trying to hang on to possession right near their back line, sending it into the midfield. And then a quick foul. Ridgeline just going for the ball, missing, and getting an ankle instead. Little harm, little foul is what we'll have there. 17-18 to go here in the first half. As Bear River trying to build up on the far sideline and end up sending it out of bounds. Coming back in the game, Braxton Perry, who was taken off the field moments ago, and Jace Johnson will also check into the game for the Riverhawks. As we cross under 17 minutes to play here in the first half of this boys soccer game here on 104.5 The Ranch and 104.9 The Ranch for those listening in Box Elder County. Make sure to visit the Cater Shop because how you look is the first message you deliver. Pretty sure the suit I have is from the Cater Shop. You can always go check it out. Ridgeline trying to build from the back here. The ball is pitballing around for the moment. Back and forth possession between the teams. Ridgeline at the moment trying to send a through ball. Not sure how that would have gone to even if it hadn't been stolen by Bear River. Then as Bear River tries to send a through ball through, it's stolen by the Riverhawks, who've got a bit of numbers here in the counterattack. Trying to send it to the far side of the box. Now sent the other way and slipping the ball through for a goal is number 7, Ethan Howes. From that left side, the ball fortuitously bounced his way, and he had an open shot and sent that one in to the bottom right corner of the goal, make it 3-0 for the Riverhawks here with 16:06 to go in the first half. I don't know if we'll credit anyone for an assist on that particular goal. I didn't see who got the assist on the first goal. It was a possession and a long run there from Ben Cotter, but I'm sure someone should get an assist there. But that one was just deflected pretty much right to the feet of Ethan Howes, who nets his third goal of the season. Bear River with initial possession here after their kickoff, but almost like Ridgeline thought the ball went out of bounds off of them, but instead the referee calls it out of bounds on the Ridgeline Riverhawks. And so it's a Bear River throw-in, but perhaps as they say, ball don't lie, is that ball is immediately tipped out of bounds unintentionally by the Bears. So it'll be a Ridgeline throw now. Pressure initially off the throw-in, but then beat. Now sending a pass up the sideline, looking for a cross inside, deflected away. Great step there from the Bears. That was one of the Hale brothers. Now Bear River on the counterattack. Got enough numbers there, but they send it forward offside. Was number 17, Cooper Allen. Allen, in about the first 30 seconds of the game, thought he had a goal, but he was waved offside pretty quickly by the official. So you've actually had two, they weren't really called goals in the moment. They were Balls eventually went in the back of the net shortly after an offside was called. We've had 2 of those wiped back, 1 for Ridgeline, 1 for Bear River. Long pass now into the center of the box, and trying to chest it down. Jace Johnson looked like he was chesting it down to himself, then all of a sudden he was like, wait, I got a teammate right there. Miscommunication there. Could have been a golden chance for goal number 4 of this first half. Instead, it stays 3-0. Well, I'm sure Ridgeline won't have much to complain about with a 3-0 lead. Bear River trying to clear it forward from this near sideline, but it goes out of bounds before they can manage to send it long. Miguel Gustav checking out. He was nearly hit by the ball as he was running to the sideline. They were kicking back up for the throw-in. He didn't realize it was coming, and it landed a couple feet away from his own feet. So here we go. Ridgeline in possession, trying to send a running ball up the sideline for Jace Johnson, but it's just a little bit too far for him to catch up to it on that sideline run. 13:22 to go here in the opening half. Ridgeline leading 3-0 over the Bear River Bears in this Region 11 4A boys soccer matchup as we near the end of the regular season. We still got a couple of weeks to go. But Ridgeline with a firm grip on this region. They're 8-0 in region play, and they're on the run. Through ball up the left sideline, looking for a cross. Got a man on the far sideline, trying to beat the first man, does. Now he's going to shoot it, saved by Vilcapoma. And then the rebound shot goes high over the bar. We've seen some excellent goalkeeping and saves from Vilcapoma, as he's got 4 stalwart saves. Can't really fault him too much for any of those 3 goals he's given up, given the caliber of save he's had on some of these other attempts. 12:17 to go. Ridgeline bringing the high pressure, trying to get a turnover here, and they're going to force it. As Bear River sending the ball out of bounds, they were trying to send it too quickly forward and before their teammates were in place. So it's going to be Ridgeline throw. The high pressure pretty much perfectly does its work. Throw in into the box. Now send out to Cotter. He'll send a cross in. Goes far over the box, but there's Ridgeline man on the other end of it, trying to send in another cross. And, I don't know if that was a cross or a shot, but it narrowly missed the far post for what might have been goal number 4 in this matchup, as we're under 12 minutes to play in the first half. Poor pass from the back, stolen by Ridgeline, trying to send it into the box. I almost thought that was tipped, but everyone's referee signaled goal kick and nobody complained, so just a trick of my angle, I suppose. 11 minutes to play as Bear River now with another goal kick. They're just playing it short off the goal kicks, and Ridgeline just playing high pressure, and they force another turnover here. Applying pressure here, but poked away by Bear River. Now they can try and build as they've got a little bit of space, but the pass just sent too slightly ahead. They were looking for Gustavo Vilcapoma, though Bear River getting a steal shortly after the throw-in. Trying to get some through balls forward, and getting a steal in the goal box. They're going to call a foul. The assistant referee didn't wave his flag, but the center official calling that foul on Gustavo Vilcapoma. He got a steal in the box, had his back to the goal, and if he'd been able to make a turn, he could have maybe got a shot on goal. But instead, it's a free kick for Bear River, though. Moments later, Bear River getting the steal, trying to send it forward. This is offside again, although it was too long anyway. The whistle's not even going to blow because Crosby West picked it up. It's too far forward for Cooper Allen. Would have been called offside for, a third time this game. One of those times he had a goal waved off. That one Had he been closer to the ball, been able to make a play, he might have scored a goal. But that he would have been only further offside had that been the case. Good long ball sent forward by Bear River as they force Crosby West to come off his line. Pressure being applied by Bear River's right winger there, I believe number 8, Angel Mendez. If my binoculars don't fail me. After that kick out of bounds, Bear River getting a throw-in on the far sideline, and then a foul committed as the Riverhawks applied pressure immediately. They managed to knock over the Bear River man. So we're going to have essentially a different angle corner here. And it's almost the same distance as a corner might be, probably a little bit longer. But here comes the set piece in, headed away by Ridgeline, then booted away by Ridgeline. Bear River center back with it, trying to quickly get back in place, get their forwards on side as they try and build up again. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Riverhawks as Gustavo Vilcapoma showing his skill on the ball, dribbling around a couple of guys, forcing them to kick it away lest he speed off ahead of them. 8 minutes to go here in this first half. It's 3-0 for the Riverhawks as they lead this boys soccer matchup. Throw in on the far sideline for Bear River. Getting in a hard first touch, though, and Ridgeline getting a steal. Then they nearly lose the ball themselves. They're going to have to play all the way back to the back line. Bear River going to apply some light, high pressure here. Trying to keep Ridgeline on their heels, but Ridgeline expertly moving the ball ahead with numbers and some space here. Sending it up the sideline. Ridgeline managing to Bear River managing to hang on and defend that one well, forcing Ridgeline to reset. Sending it up the near sideline here, Ben Cotter got a goal and an assist so far today, his 9th goal and 5th assist of the season. But Bear River taking possession. Long through ball. And tripping and taking a hard fall, but popping right back up. Didn't see who that was, but now Ridgeline sending the ball back up there in the attack now. That was Cooper King on the attack there. Couldn't quite get it going before Ridgeline stole it away. Now it's Cotter again on the right wing. Trying to beat this first man, then send a ball into the middle. Passes to the top of the box, then tipped away by Bear River. Stolen back by number 6, Graydon Rupp. Playing that holding midfielder spot now, sends it out to the left wing. And then just couldn't quite get the right hang of that first touch there on the dribble. So I believe that was Eli Quist who slightly softer touch on that dribble ahead. He could have had a cross right along the end line there. Instead, it's a goal kick for Bear River with 6 minutes to go in the first half, which they send a little long and out of bounds. Sebastian Alfaro couldn't get ahead to it. A quick substitution here. At Advanced Heating and AC, you can now schedule your service call on their website at advancedheatingac.com. Also, make sure to head over to Rio Brazilian Steakhouse. Book your party at Rio Brazilian Steakhouse. Celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, and other special occasions, such as a victory for whichever team pulls off the victory today, though initial returns suggest Ridgeline as they have the 3-0 lead with just over 5 minutes to play in this opening half. We'll have 40 minutes to go after this halftime, which Bear River can try and mount a serious comeback, or Ridgeline will pull away. We'll have a little halftime analysis coming up. But we've got 5 minutes left to play in this first half before we get there. Excellent through ball played in. It's onside. Now on the end line, trying to send a pass in, palm down, and then cleanly fielded. Excellent reactions there from Ronald Vilcapoma. who's been excellent from his spot today, but a few too many chances have meant that he has allowed in 3 goals so far, but some spectacular saves aside from those moments. And Ridgeline in possession here as they took over from a brief possession from Bear River, now backing all the way into their attacking half. Bear River basically had 10 guys at least 20 yards into their defensive half. Ridgeline tried to stretch it out. They sent a long ball, but it was offside. So Bear River sending it toward the midfield. Ridgeline applying some pressure here. Near sideline trying to center it back up, and it's stolen by Ridgeline as they win possession in the midfield. Trying to send it long for Will West, who had the second goal of this game at the 22-minute mark of the first half. Ridgeline winning possession here in their attacking third, though they will back out to around midfield. And now back into their own defensive half as they'll play things slow here as we get into the final 3 minutes of this first half. It's a 3-0 lead for Ridgeline here at home against Bear River. They just pass around the high-pressure attempt there. A long pass. A little bit more curve. That might have been able to find the feet of Benton James, but it ends up rolling into the box for Vilcapoma. And he plays it to his defense for them to build from the back. 2:40 to go here in the first half. As the ball tipped over the end line by the sideline, the far sideline, by the Riverhawks. It'll probably be one more substitution for this half. Bear River swapping out a couple of players here. 2:15 to go in this first half. Lofted ball toward the midfield by Bear River, picked up by Ridgeline. Passed all the way back to the goalkeeper West. Sends it forward right to the feet of Bear River. Hard touch, though. Hard first touch, and it falls to the feet of Ridgeline now. Trying to send a long pass up the far sideline. Tipped down by Bear River, but then sent forward all the same. But then an excellent defensive step there. Great closeout on that run. Max Weiss, I believe. The right back managing to chase that ball down, make sure Ridgeline didn't win that. Though as I was finishing up saying all that, we have a foul committed by Bear River. And we'll have a set piece 30 yards away from the end line, though nearly on the sideline. So we'll call it about 38, 39 yards here. I wasn't very good at geometry to figure out what the actual distance from the goal, like I said, 29 yards from the end line here. Referee marks off 10 yards for the wall. It'll be a two-man wall for Bear Rivers. We're going to have the set-piece chance. Low ball played in. Dummy from Ben Cotter trying to allow the ball to roll it to Miguel Gustav. He wasn't quite ready for it. The ball will roll over the end line off the foot of Bear River, one of the Bear River players. 44 seconds. We have a corner. They play it short. Dribble to the end line, trying to kick it back up. Did it go out of bounds? No signal from the referee. A shot blocked by Bear River. Soft clear out. Hard shot just past the right post. Vilcapoma laid out completely for that, trying to cover that post. That's one where as a goalkeeper you say, I would have had that had it been on frame. And we'll have a goal kick here, and likely the last action of the half will be that shot, as there's 9 seconds here as we have the goal kick. Headed down by Ridgeline. Cooper Allen plays to the sideline, and that's the last second of the first half. The Riverhawks will take a 3-0 lead into the halftime break. An excellent first half from them. Bear River putting up the best fight you shouldn't say the best fight you can hope for. You'd hope for less than a 3-goal deficit. some good play as they're trying to take on the best team in 4A here. 11-0, 8-0 in region play. We'll take a break. We'll have a little bit of halftime analysis. Then we'll begin the second half here at Ridgeline High School.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness. Big fitness energy for all.
This is Josh Watts. At Preston Watts Collision and Glass, we have been your #1 resource for collision repair, auto glass replacement, and towing for over 60 years. We are Cache Valley's largest collision repair center. Next time you crash, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass. We do it right.
Celebrate your birthday the real way. Get a free meal during your birthday week when you come with 2 guests. Endless meats, bold flavors, only at Rio Brazilian Steakhouse. Reserve now at riobrazilian.com. Rio Brazilian Steakhouse, where the flavor never ends.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
When your car starts making that uh-oh noise, bring it to Cache Valley Auto Care. They speak fluent clunk and squeal. They'll fix it right without upselling things you don't need. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East in Logan.
My home is so boring. There's no color on the walls.
Go see Castelite in Logan. I just finished a wall with their Speedy Mason system. It was so easy.
Does this sound familiar to you? For brick, block, rock, paver, and tile, online at Castelite.com.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Your local cow ranch.
Your local cow ranch in North Logan is proud to sponsor high school athletics.
Just what the country needs.
From what's happening in Logan to breaking news to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Napa know-how. Suit up, feel good. Custom tailored clothing for him and her. The Cater Shop, because how you look is the first message you deliver.
Great Basin Graphics does custom t-shirts and creates graphic designs that'll get your business noticed. Amazing colors and designs that seem to jump off the t-shirt. Go to greatbasingraphics.com.
Great Basin Graphics. We made you look, made you look.
At Adams Wealth Advisors, they believe that successful wealth management is all about planning. Adams Wealth Advisors is here to help. If you're transitioning a business, searching for the most up-to-date tax strategies, need help managing investments, or need help with estate planning, Adams Wealth Advisors has your back.
Post Consumer Brand Cereals and their team members are involved in every aspect of the community, from the fair to the fall cereal sale to Cereal with Santa. If you like high-quality, value-priced cereal, Post Consumer Brands has all your favorites.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
There's nothing quite like a great hometown. They're filled with recreational opportunities, staple businesses, and impactful people. We're committed to driving Logan forward. Visit Young Automotive in Logan today. Think young, drive young.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Tyson Luthi, a 3-time gold winner of the Best of Northern Utah contest, has over 25 years of combined experience with State Farm. If you need auto insurance, Tyson is your guy. Call or visit online at tysonluthi.com.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the judgment.
Hi, can you help me with this? This is better.
Join the judgment-free zone today for $15 a month. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
This is Josh Watts. At Preston Watts Collision and Glass, we have been your #1 resource for collision repair, auto glass replacement, and towing for over 60 years. We are Cache Valley's largest collision repair center. Next time you crash, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass. We do it right.
Celebrate your birthday the real way. Get a free meal during your birthday week when you come with 2 guests. Endless meats, bold flavors, only at Rio Brazilian Steakhouse. Reserve now at riobrazilian.com. Rio Brazilian Steakhouse, where the flavor never ends.
Old Gristmill on South Main Logan, 4th North Logan, and now Smithfield offer Cache Valley that famous lunch special and natural bread baked the right way. Get your made-to-order lunch or baked goods at Cache Valley's Best of Northern Utah gold-winning bakery. The Old Gristmill, here for you.
When your car starts making that uh-oh noise, bring it to Cache Valley Auto Care. They speak fluent clunk and squeal. They'll fix it right without upselling things you don't need. Cache Valley Auto Care, behind Home Depot on 200 East in Logan.
My home is so boring. There's no color on the walls.
Go see Cast-A-Lite in Logan. I just finished a wall with their Speedy Mason system. It was so easy.
Does this sound familiar to you? For brick, block, rock, paver, and tile, online at castalight.com.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Your local cow ranch.
Your local cow ranch in North Logan is proud to sponsor high school athletics.
Just what the country needs.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CacheValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CacheValleyDaily.com.
From day one, right down the street, to present day, all over America, Napa and our nationwide network of parts and exceptional service were built for one mission: to keep your business moving full speed ahead.
Napa know-how. Suit up, feel good. Custom tailored clothing for him and her. The Cater Shop, because how you look is the first message you deliver.
Great Basin Graphics does custom t-shirts and creates graphic designs that'll get your business noticed. Amazing colors and designs that seem to jump off the t-shirt. Go to greatbasingraphics.com.
Great Basin Graphics. We made you look, made you look.
At Adams Wealth Advisors, they believe that successful wealth management is all about planning. Adams Wealth Advisors is here to help. If you're transitioning a business, searching for the most up-to-date tax strategies, need help managing investments, or need help with estate planning, Adams Wealth Advisors has your back.
Post Consumer Brand Cereals and their team members are involved in every aspect of the community, from the fair to the fall cereal sale to Cereal with Santa. If you like high-quality, value-priced cereal, Post Consumer Brands has all your favorites.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store.
Welcome back to Ridgeline High School, home of the Riverhawks. We prepare for the second half. Didn't get a chance to have much of our pregame show, the Kent's Market pregame show. And make sure to stop into Kent's Market in Tremont for grocery, health and beauty, and the freshest meats and produce. Again, Kent's Market over in Tremont. And we'll give them a bit of highlight here for our basically end of halftime show. But Ridgeline, the Ridgeline Riverhawks leading this one 3-0. They've held control of this game from essentially the second minute. as after about a minute and 3 seconds had gone by, Ben Cotter with the run up the right sideline, this near sideline, going left to right, though now they'll be going right to left. But he got a goal from the essentially kind of the right side of the 6-yard box, or just outside of it, and he managed to put one in the bottom left corner of the net around the arms of Ronald Vilcapoma. And then with 22:03 to go in the first half, Ben Cotter on a very similar play, coming up that same running line, getting into the box, getting close to the 6-yard box, but then he sends a pass across that 6-yard box to Will West, who buried it into the back of the net from essentially point blank. And then 16:06 to go in the first half, so just 6 minutes later, fortuitous bounce of the ball to Ethan Howes from the left side of the box this time, and from about 19 yards out, puts it into the bottom right corner of the net. And that's how things have ended up the way they are, with this 3-0 score in favor of the Ridgeline Riverhawks as they look to seal this one away in the second half. Bear River trying to mount something here in this second half. They've put together some good possession, a couple of near scoring chances. The closest scoring chance they had was called offside, and it was even before the first goal from Ben Cotter. It was basically the first thing that happened in this game. It was Cooper Allen being called offside on a run that he would have otherwise scored on as the ball went into the back of the net on the play. We've had the second half kickoff, and Bear River fighting hard, just a lot of scrappiness, just couldn't quite keep the ball in front of them on their feet. Now a long pass sent forward, a run by Cotter, trying to get around the defense, dang near did, but Trayson Hale holding him off. A lot of pace there showed by Cotter as he dang near outran Hale. But Hale put on enough pace himself. Still, it'll be a deep throw-in. Looks like Ridgeline's going to do the long throw-in into the box. Here comes the throw, a little short of the middle of the box, tipping around and cleared off the line. Ridgeline going to maybe get another shot here. Nope, tipped away. Couple of bodies hitting the floor, no foul call. Referee waves it off. It was mostly two players running into each other. Jace Johnson was the Ridgeline player who nearly had himself a shot there. As long as I trust my ability to read numbers from this far away. Bear River trying with the counterattack. It's slow, so their numbers advantage going away here. Trying to send a ball into the middle for Allen, but just a little too far away from him, and then not quite far enough for Esteban Medel. Or excuse me, that wasn't Medel. That was Gustavo Vilcapoma. So here we go, Ridgeline with the ball on their back line. 38 minutes to go in this contest, provided Bear River doesn't manage to tie. Long pass sent all the way to where it will roll it to the feet of Ronald Vilcapoma. Do you have an RV that needs repairs? If so, C&R Trailer Sales in Elwood can help. Find them online at crtrl.com. Now pass into the box. Vilcapoma coming off his line and right through the 5-hole for a goal. Shoots Eli Quist. As I believe that's his first goal of the season. I had him down for no goals, 2 assists. Playing from the midfield, as that one was expertly placed. Ronald Vilcapoma had to come off his line to try and close off the angle, but there's only so much space you can take. As the ball went right between his legs, right as he was trying to close that window as well. You're trying to make yourself as wide as possible with your legs, but then not give up, as they call it, the 5-hole. In both soccer and hockey. And so Ridgeline taking a 4-0 lead here. Just under 37 and a half minutes to play in this game as they have full control here. And it may just seem like a matter of how many goals does Ridgeline score, but Bear River going to try and draw some back. They've been a little short of goals this season, but they'll try and get one against one of the best teams in the state here in Ridgeline. Try and get on the road. 36:55 to go here in the game. This boys soccer matchup between the Ridgeline Riverhawks and Bear River Bears, brought to you in part by Great Basin Graphics. Business owners, sports teams, and event planners love Great Basin Graphics t-shirts. No order is too small or too large. Visit greatbasingraphics.com. Now Ridgeline working their way up the near sideline, going right to left. Lob now toward the middle, and a shot, left-footed, one-hop volley off the foot of Jace Johnson, but that one goes high and wide. As we'll have a goal kick here. Got a home repair question or can't quite figure out a repair issue? Chances are that Tom and his team can help at Greer's Do It Best Hardware. Call 435-257-7749. As Bear River playing it slow from the back after the goal kick here. Sending it up the far sideline, going left to right. Pass toward the middle is deflected, straight out of bounds. There'll be a throw-in for the Bears. 35:28 to go here. The inbound played safely in, then back to the thrower, booted forward, but right to the feet of Ridgeline. High lofting clear, going to try and head it down. Now trying to tow it to a teammate, stolen away by Bear River. I should say stolen, but simply cleared away by Bear River straight to Ridgeline. Trying to turn the corner after that pass was Miguel Gustav, but he misjudged how fast the ball was going, didn't manage to slow the ball down as he tried to make that turn, goes out of bounds, though then the throw from Bear River just goes off the shin of the man who was going to, and it goes straight out of bounds. Throw in to the feet of Bear River. They take possession in their defensive third, trying to work the ball now up the far sideline, going left to right. Pass toward the middle, expertly deflected by the Riverhawks, who now take possession, and they'll pass it all the way back to West in his own box. Facing some high pressure, has to dribble it away from Cooper Allen, pass it out wide. Now Ridgeline trying to get past this high pressure from the Bears and find some space. And here they find it now, switching from the far sideline to the near. Miguel Gustav sending it up the near sideline to Eli Quist. Had the goal a few moments ago. A few moments ago being about 5 minutes ago. Riverhawks slowing it down a little bit, playing some short passes, now dribbling, trying to find some space into the box. Looking for a pass or a shot, keeping the ball on his feet impressively, now lofting it toward the far side of the box, but Bear River on top of that, heading it away. Benton James had a man he was trying to loft that one too. I believe Kelson Hale was the one who managed to head that one away, keep it safe, and not allow a fifth goal here. Though Ridgeline now with it, dribbling from the far sideline, trying to get it in toward the box. And impressive little display there from Jace Johnson. No, he has to pass it out. Trying to get it toward the middle. Manages to poke through the Bear River defense, but only momentarily. That window for a potential scoring opportunity was open for about half a second and closed immediately as Bear River trying to keep this from getting completely out of hand. Long ball managed to make it all the way to Crosby West, who then sends it on the complete other side of the field, creating a bit of a counterattack here. Shot, and ooh, that one bounced dangerously Hard one for Vilcapoma to see as a keeper, but good positioning ensured that he was covering that near post, where Benton James nearly snuck one by for what would have been his first goal of the game, his third of the season. Corner kick, though, and nearly headed in, and I think that's a goal. It is a goal. That ball pinballed around and then went just over the end line. I don't know who gets credit for that goal because I couldn't see who went off of. We're hearing Ethan Howes is the verdict. They might have to double check that one on film. That'll be his second goal of the game, as that was a pretty crazy sequence of events there. As we have the fifth goal of this game. So I have to jot down really quick who got that. I don't know. Do we give the assist to the corner kick? Pretty crazy sequence of events there. By the way, did you wake up to a Post cereal today? Whether it's Raisin Bran, Grape Nuts, Golden Crisp, or Honeycomb, it's great to start your morning with Post cereal. So check out Post Consumer Brands. Ball in Bear River territory, but they have it now trying to cross it to the far sideline, build into space. Long dribble run here now, trying to send it to his man, number 13, Alci Vilcapoma. But he couldn't quite get the ball sent his way as Ridgeline intercepted it. Now they have it on their back line, playing with a 5-0 lead here with 31 minutes to go. Long ball sent forward. Ben Cotter trying to get around the defense, but shielded away. Great defense there to recover and then not just clear it away, but also play it forward to a teammate. Underrated skill there for a defender and great confidence on the ball there. Bear River playing with the counterattack. Oh, just pass sent just behind the feet of his teammate, and now Ridgeline takes over after what could have been a promising counterattack for the Bears. As we reach the half-hour mark, or almost, for about 30 minutes and 37 seconds. As Gustav with the ball on the left wing, he'll flick it back to Ethan Howes, who's got himself a brace here, at least that's what we have unofficially. He shot it trying to catch that top right corner, but it goes high and wide. And we'll have a few substitutions. Howe will take a seat. He subs out along with Benton James with some applause. And now we have reached the half-hour remaining mark of this game. Ridgeline with a 5-0 lead. Looking pretty certainly like they're going to come away with a win here despite the amount of time left. They've averaged a goal every 10 minutes essentially here. Great skill on the ball here from Johnson, trying to send it forward, but he ended up hitting it off the back of a Bear River defender. Now they send a long ball up the far sideline, but too far, and it will roll out of bounds before they can get on the other end of that ball. Crosby West in possession, passes it over to his center back. Trying to send it forward, but immediately into Gustavo Vilcapoma. Trying to do a give and go, and couldn't get it to his feet. Nice little job there from the Ridgeline defender. It was looking like he was going to usher it over the end line, but then peeled it back as a Bear River player was closing in on it. Now Miguel Gustav trying to send a pass in for Ben Cotter. He's got it on the left side of the box. Trying to get in on goal, and it'll finally be finished, not by Cotter. Although Cotter is laying. I think he's okay. He was laying on the ground for a minute. He managed to barely dribble around Vilcapoma, pass it. It was basically sitting on the goal line. trickling around. Bear River defenders scrambling to try and kick it away, but then it was blasted. It was blasted into the back of the net. Were they giving that one to Cotter? I didn't see who if it rolled over the end line before it was kicked in. I heard them announce Cotter as the goal scorer. It was hard for me to see all the way to that end, but with 28:39 to go here, it's 6-0. It is all Ridgeline. They scored 3 goals in the first 40 minutes. We're 12 minutes here into the second half. And they've already scored 3 more. We've got at least 28 more minutes, and we'll see if they pile any more on. Ball tipped around the midfield. Bear River trying to control. They've barely controlled the ball at all in this game. They've had a couple of brief counterattack attempts, but haven't managed much there. Nearly managing to get a run in on goal, but a sliding clear from Ridgeline. It keeps that one from even having a chance to be a goal-scoring opportunity. If you're building a new home or remodeling, ask your contractor to hire the Best of Northern Utah winner, Mike Knorr Plumbing. Make sure to call him at 435-257-0646. That's Mike Knorr Plumbing, 435-257-0646. Tonight's video experience on Cache Valley Daily. Those listening or watching on Cache Valley Daily or listening on 104.5 The Ranch or 104.9 The Ranch in Box Elder County. The video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors, or perhaps a listening experience. If you're listening on one of the 2 radio stations we're broadcasting this boys soccer game over, Ridgeline Riverhawks against the Bear River Bears. Riverhawks hosting the Bears, and they lead 6-0 here. There's 26 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the contest. Bear River trying to get a run going on the far sideline. Tipped out of bounds by Ridgeline, keeping the danger off momentarily. Bear River pushing a lot of pressure here. A couple of bodies hit the floor. Referee says play on, no foul there. And then more bodies hit the floor, and this time there is a foul called, and you've got a player still on the ground, though. We'll take a quick pause and play. We'll have a pause and play. We're not going anywhere for a break. But yeah, man, still on the ground. I believe that it's Yahir Alea. I thought it was number 9 I saw on the ground there. He gets up asking for a sub. Excuse me, that's number 8, Angel Mendez. As he limps off the field, coach comes to get him. And so there will be a free kick here on this football field. It's pretty much smack on the 25-yard line, just inside the left hash. You'd call this a 30-yard field goal in football. We'll see what Bear River manages to do with this. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphics system at Les Olson IT. Find more details at lesolson.com. Free kick. Looked like it was just about on frame, but didn't have enough pace or difficult enough spot for Crosby West to find it particularly difficult. He managed to catch that one out of the air and then play it forward. And as Ridgeline tried to send a long pass forward, the ball went out of bounds right before the right back boomed it downfield. So we'll bring the ball all the way back to the Ridgeline defensive half. And Bear River will throw it in. They've got the ball trying to dance around the Ridgeline defense. Ultimately unsuccessful. Ridgeline taking possession, looking for their own counterattack. Long ball sent forward. Vilcapoma coming off his line, and he'll chip it to his defense. Though ends up finding the feet of Ridgeline. Vilcapoma had to sprint back to his box as he was almost in danger of getting chipped. Had Ridgeline been on top of that a little bit more, he was out of his box right as Ridgeline was coming to get that. A foul committed by Bear River in the aftermath of all that. And so Ridgeline going to pop it in, looking for a goal right on the line. Vilcapoma, his feet were inside the goal, but he had his hands on the ball, keeping it outside of the inside of the net there. Just going for the cheeky placement there. But Vilcapoma on top of that. Cooper Allen trying to outrun the defense. It was almost a perfect through ball. Such a difficult pass, but couldn't quite get it to go. Great steal there by Gustavo Vilcapoma. Sideline official thought it was a foul, but the center referee disagreed. And I was inclined to agree with the center referee. It was just a great tackle there. Though the Ridgeline player did take a tumble. Still, Ridgeline won't sweat that change of possession or brief attack much. They lead 6-0 here and have forced Bear River all the way back to their own back line. And they steal possession in the attacking third, although then they give it right back. Alas, again, it is my curse to say every time somebody has possession, they immediately give it up. Ridgeline with it, so long as my curse doesn't apply here. Got it on the left wing, crossing it over to the right wing, just inside the box now. Bear River trying to clear it. First attempt went off a Ridgeline player. Second attempt to clear it out of bounds worked. Ridgeline will have a throw-in deep in the attacking half. 23 minutes to go here. I believe they're going to try a long throw-in into the box. Lofted in there, trying to head it on. Finds the feet of a Ridgeline player, and it's skied. Would have been wide left to the field goal post anyway, just couldn't quite get a proper foot on that one. At Planet Fitness, they've got big fitness energy for all the benefits, all for less at Planet Fitness. And here comes the goal kick, long ball, headed along by Bear River, but the only colored shirt on the end of that head along was a black one. That's Ridgeline. Bear River does recover possession moments later. Going to send it long. Ooh, just a little higher. They almost would have had a runner. Would have been onside. Although we have a foul committed pretty much right at midfield. Going to loft it long, trying to find that left wing, but was short of its mark. Cleared away for the moment by Ridgeline. Trying to settle it and get possession. They do. They've got a 3-on-4 here. Sending it long. Cotter coming in on the left sideline. He's got a potential shot. Sends it toward the far post, but he sends it wide of that post. Oh, they're going to say... They're going to say it was a corner? For a second, I thought the center official was saying it was a corner. But they're playing a goal kick, so I might have just misinterpreted that signal. 21:37 to go here. And this game, a 6-0 lead for the Ridgeline Riverhawks over Bear River. Honest work, fair prices, and no pressure at Cache Valley Auto Care. They treat you like they'd want to be treated. You can find them behind Home Depot at 200 East in Logan. Trying to make a run in on goal. Shot and a goal indeed. Excellent play on the ball and then finding an open shot and then a lot of pace, a laser, a worm burner. If there were any worms that could live in the turf. William West gets his second goal of the day. He had the second goal of the game, and now he adds this one to his tally, makes it 7-0 for the Riverhawks. Just over 21 minutes to play here. And we're pretty much reaching the formality stage of this one. We've got 21 minutes to play, and got to make sure you play all those ones. Preston Watts Collision and Glass, their number one goal is your family's safety and complete customer satisfaction. Next time you crash, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass. We cross under the 21-minute mark as we approach only 20 minutes to play here. Ridgeline in complete control of this game, 7-0. As they've just slowly increased their chokehold on this game. Long ball sent in, and Ronald Vilcapoma will snag it and roll it forward to his midfield. Deflection unintentionally off the back of his own teammate, Bear River. Ends up making the ball fall to the feet of Ridgeline. Bear River trying to apply some high pressure here, trying to force a turnover. Ridgeline had some success with that high pressure in the first half. Bear River struggled a bit, though it's yielded a couple of half chances here and there. The high pressure does work. They get possession of the ball. Trying to work it to the far sideline. Getting a run going up that sideline. Oh, just losing the ball off his feet. Ridgeline managing it to pry it free, though Bear River on the other end of the clearance. But then stolen by Ridgeline. They begin the counterattack. Looking for a through ball. Finding it on the left side. Ben Cotter. He's got 2 goals in this game. To the end line. And, nearly poked that one through. He nearly snuck that one between Vilcapoma and the near post. Kind of technically did. But Vilcapoma managed to corral it, prevent another goal from getting in as we cross under the 20-minute mark. We've got a free kick for Bear River here. On this near sideline, about the middle of their own defensive half here. Keep your home or business safe if the power goes out. Get a Generac backup generator. Call Golden Spike Electric at 435-257-3016. Ridgeline got a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and managing to save it is Vilcapoma. Just tucks that one right underneath him. Just try and get into that. You get the knees down and the feet down. Try and make yourself as wide as possible on the ground, and manage to just tuck that ball underneath his leg. Get the save there. I say one-on-one. There was a defender kind of bearing down on Ridgeline, keeping that from being too much of a free shot. Now, almost a chance for Bear River, wanting a foul. Was Bear River? I believe that was Medell. Wanting a foul for a tug on the jersey. He didn't get it. And Ridgeline on their own counterattack, though, they will commit a foul in their attempt. Where's an offside? I was still looking down at Medell trying to see his reaction from not getting that foul call. Now a sprint down the left sideline, and then just couldn't quite keep his feet under him to turn the corner. I believe that was Medell again trying to turn the corner on that left side. Ball is kicked out of bounds by Ridgeline, as now we have some subs coming in. Ben Cotter going to check out, as will Will West. Both players, I believe, getting a pair of goals. I believe Cotter was given credit for what was, I believe, the 5th goal of the game. High lofted ball into the middle, and then a collision. 2 Ridgeline players, some friendly fire there as they run into each other. And one of them very much coming off worse for wear. We're going to have a stoppage in play for an injured player here. Just a bit of a nasty collision there. I think just knocked the wind out of the man. I can't see him. He's got a teammate right next to him. And, yeah, I think just got the wind knocked out of him. We'll see if he has to get subbed out. was number 14, Isaac Olson, who just took the brunt of some friendly fire there. But it looks to be all right. We play on. Ridgeline in possession. Johnson bearing down. It's basically a 1-on-5 here. Still going. Trying to beat the defense. He can't beat the second man after beating the first. Tried to win the ball back, but accidentally held off by Alci Vilcapoma. Ridgeline getting the ball back, though, and they'll begin the attack yet again. Got number 44. I don't have a number 44 on my Ridgeline roster. As they've sent in some of the reserves here. And a foul committed by Bear River as Ridgeline trying to begin yet another attack. Potentially searching for an 8th goal here as we've got about a quarter hour left to play in this contest. Just past the 20-yard line as we see it here on the field at Ridgeline High School, though just about near the sideline. So add a few extra yards to the 30 yards away it is from the end line. Pass toward the far post, took a hop. Couple of black shirts dangerously close to that one, but neither could quite get on the end of that set piece. So we'll have a goal kick for the Bears. The broken or chipped windshield driving you crazy? Try Bob's Body Shop. They'll get you back on the road fast. Call us 257-7825. That's 257-7825 for Bob's Body Shop. We've crossed under the quarter-hour mark. Left to play here at Ridgeline High School. A 7-0 lead here, this Region 11 boys soccer matchup. Ridgeline Riverhawks leading the visiting Bear River Bears. Ridgeline bearing down on goal once again. Ball pinballs into the box, but only white shirts around it as Bear River clears it to safety. Trying to work up this near sideline, but headed away and ultimately out of bounds by Ridgeline. Central Milling in Logan is an employee-owned and operated company. They are the farmer, the miller, and the baker, rolled all into one. That's Central Milling. Bear River with the throw-in on the far sideline, throwing it all the way back to Vilcapoma, the goalkeeper. Trying to build from the back, but stolen away. Benton James has to work his way back, trying to avoid all the Bear River defense, keeping it on his feet skillfully. Now finally giving it up. Now James will get it right back. Just pivoting, trying to find a winger. Finally finds a man on the left side. Lofted up, then pawed away. Vilcapoma had to keep that one from sneaking in the far post. And has to just send it over the end line for what will be a corner kick. 13-17 left to play in this game. As Ridgeline, they'll advance to 12-0 on the season, 9-0 in Region 11 play. Once these final 13 minutes are up. Lofted corner kick, headed and in. Another goal for the Riverhawks. They're up 8-0 as a skillful, well-placed header from Sebastian Alfaro. Wait, no, it wasn't a goal. Oh, I thought it went in. My gosh, I could have sworn it went in. That side netting got me. It looked like it snuck in that left post. It did not. It was almost perfectly placed. All those things I said about it being skillfully placed, just instead swap that for almost. 12:15 to go here in this game, so 7-0 it will remain. No 8th goal just yet, if there is one remaining. Ridgeline has kept the foot down. They have not slowed down. As they send it forward, trying for another cross from the corner. That one will go out of bounds before it even gets to the near post. And it didn't hit the side netting, so it won't trick me this time. Under 12 minutes to play now. With risk management from Levitt Select Insurance, it's like having instant replay for your business, spotting risks before they cost you the game. And we'll have a free kick for Bear River in their own territory here. As we approach 11 minutes to play. Pass tipped out of bounds by the Riverhawks. So we'll have a throw in. Pace of this game slowing down a bit as players walking around to their destination. They all know the result is just about decided here. We know how this game is going to go. Throw in, trying it up the near sideline. Ridgeline initially getting a foot on it. Bear River taking possession briefly. And Ridgeline managing to hang on to it despite some pressure from the Bears. Benton James again showing his skill there on the ball, dodging around a couple of different Bear River players. Ridgeline hanging on to possession, waiting for the right moment. Now a quick run forward, sprinting, trying to pass it up the near sideline, but deflected by Bear River. Still in possession of Ridgeline. Looking for a long shot. That one will go far, wide right. Not too far, though. It was a good attempt from that distance to get it at least decently close. But now we cross under 10 minutes to play. The 7-0 margin will probably stand here. Ridgeline has only slowed slightly in their pressure and attempts to get another goal here. But we'll see as players start jogging a little bit more instead of sprinting and walking a bit more instead of jogging after some of these plays and stoppages. It might burn a little bit extra of this time. But with the ball in play, neither team is slowing down in their efforts. Bear River trying to get one on the board. I don't believe they have what I would call an official shot on goal. They've had a couple of half-scoring chances, I'd call them, ones where they almost get a potential scoring opportunity or potential shot on goal. Here might be one of their better chances as they have a corner kick waiting to set things up. Here comes the kick toward the near post. Takes a couple of hops before being cleared away by Ridgeline. Now Bear River sending it long. They had a couple of guys offside, and I think we're going to get that whistle. Technically, Ridgeline had control of it, but no advantage really to be played by letting Ridgeline keep going. Better for them to have this indirect free kick, and they will take it. West sending it toward midfield. First touch there from Johnson, manages to corral it under his feet. Looking for a runner, trying to send it up the left wing, but deflected by Bear River. Trying to send a through ball of their own, but there are 2 or 3 black shirts closer to it than Cooper Allen. Under 8 minutes to play here in this game. As Ridgeline still has this 7-0 lead. Sending it long up this near sideline, making a long run is Benton James. Waiting for his guys to catch up, trying to send a pass in to the middle. Bear River stepping in front of it and keeping that one out of danger. Now sending a pass up the sideline themselves, but that one ultimately intercepted by the Riverhawks. Pass intercepted by Bear River, though. Vilcapoma with a good step there to steal that pass away. Bear River with a little bit in the way of numbers, getting it up the far sideline, sending it over to Vilcapoma. He's got a one-on-one on the right side of the box. Got to try and get it around him. He couldn't quite do so. Excellent defense there from the Riverhawks as they try and start their own counterattack here. It's a great defensive step by Tyson Anderson. And now a pass into the box, trying to chase it down before it gets to the end line. just managing to do so. Ridgeline with the ball on the left side of the box, backing it out to Benton James. Has to watch out for a defender. Now he's going to dribble it up the left wing. Looking for a cross. Can't find it, has to back it out. Now we're looking for a shot at the top of the box. I think it went through the legs of one defender. I think it went through the legs of two different defenders. The shot from Graydon Rupp. Now we have a host of substitutions as we have the final 6 minutes of this game. And Ridgeline playing a lot of their reserves, allowing them to get a few minutes on the field here. Goal kick from Bear River, though controlled by Ridgeline. Trying to pop a ball into the box and nearly getting a goal, saved off the line. Excellent work there from the Bear River defense. As that's number 48. I don't have 48 on my roster. We've got some guys on the field whose numbers I don't have. But an excellent play there. Ridgeline with a throw in, and it's headed high up into the air in the box, and Ronald Vilcapoma will come down with it. He'll throw it long. Ooh, and a collision there. A couple of guys just running into each other. No fouls. Both players just running at full speed. Didn't run into each other directly, but they grazed each other at full speed, and that was enough to cause an almost worrisome collision. Ronald Vilcapoma has to come off his line, then kind of shield his face there, as Benton James had to kind of jump over his head so as to not hurt him. As Vilcapoma won that ball fair and square. Excuse me, it was Miguel Gustav, not Benton James, who was trying to potentially get the 8th goal of the game for Ridgeline. Now, lofted pass into the box, but Vilcapoma will come off his line and track that one down, too. He's robbed a couple of goals. Gustav has the ball, trying a shot from the top of the box. It's expertly blocked by the defense. Managing to kneel down and keep that one from even having a chance of testing Vilcapoma. Ridgeline getting on the other end of the clear, though, as we approach 4 minutes to play here in this game. Gustav sending a ball in, and then he sends a shot, just hoping something would happen there, and it's again deflected. Although it goes over the end line, and it'll be a corner kick for Ridgeline. 3:38 to go in the game. Here comes the corner, looking far post. Headed away. Bear River trying to control the ball after the initial clearance, but it's Ridgeline who will eventually do so. Ball headed up into the air, into the box, just hoping one of his teammates was there. Ethan Howes, who's got a couple of goals in this game, was looking for an assist there, but it instead bounced high and ultimately into the hands of Vilcapoma. 3 minutes to play now as we approach the countdown to the final minute of this game, as Ridgeline will take victory. They lead 7-0. And nothing in these next 2 minutes and 42 seconds is going to change the ultimate result of the game. Best we can do is change the score slightly. Cooper Allen getting a nice run, but Crosby West, with probably the most anxious moment of the game for him so far, has to come way off his line and kick that one away. Now Ridgeline has it in the Bear River box. Trying to send a cross in across the top of the 6-yard box. Vilcapoma dives on it and throws it back out as we've got 2:10 to play. Bear River with the counterattack. Sending it long, but way too long, and West will easily track that one down and pop the ball up into his hands. Drop kick. Sending it into Bear River territory, and as they try and settle it. The ball instead rolls out of bounds. 1:45 to play. Ridgeline with the throw-in. Little give and go, working up the far sideline. Lofted ball, trying to find the center of the box. Ball tipped around, and it'll be sent in to the back of the net. Goal number 8. There's some confusion between the defender and the goalkeeper. Manages to leave the door open for Miguel Gustav, who gets his first goal of the game, his 13th of the season. Leading scorer for the Riverhawks manages to get his own goal. And that will ultimately decide the game 1 minute and 15 seconds early, as the mercy rule will apply here. So that will be our final score. We won't belabor the point with much post-game here, though we will thank JEM Electric for their sponsor of the post-game show here on 104.9 The Ranch in Box Elder County and 104.5 The Ranch in Cache County. Rest easy with JEM Electric. John Miller is a licensed and insured, professionally trained electrician. Call 435-257-7113. The goal scorers in this one, Will West, Ben Cotter, both of them with a couple of goals. Eli Quist and Miguel Gustav, as they help tally 8 goals in this game for the Ridgeline Riverhawks here, as the Riverhawks will advance to 12-0 and 9-0 in region play. The Bear River Bears falling to 1-11 on the season. Thank you so much to everyone who listened and watched this broadcast here on, again, 104.5 The Ranch in Cache Valley and 104.9 The Ranch in Box Elder County. I've been Jason Walker here with you. I wish you all a good night.
This Ridgeline Riverhawks broadcast has been a presentation of 104.5 The Ranch and CacheValleyDaily.com. Made possible by The Cater Shop, Advanced Heating and AC, Cast-A-Like Brick and Tile, Rio Brazilian Steakhouse, Cache Valley Auto Care, Les Olson IT, Adams Wealth Advisors, DD Auto Salvage, Great Basin Graphics, Preston Watts Auto Collision, Planet Fitness, Napa Auto Parts, Young Automotive, and Cache Valley Daily. Catch replays and photo galleries of previous games on CacheValleyDaily.com.